This video provides a brief summary of the filters feature. Filters play a central role in Visicon. They are used to quickly and easily isolate specific component types and define the input sets for model checking operations and reports. There are many flexible ways to define filters. The fastest and easiest way to isolate components for a filter is to use the component categories tree. Simply select the categories you need. In this example, ducts and duct fittings have been selected and isolated in the view. You can also write simple expressions using any of the component parameters available in your BIM. Here we are isolating components that have the parameter angle 2 equal to 60 degrees. Use advanced expressions with any Boolean or arithmetic operator to select components based on very specific characteristics. In this example, we're isolating horizontal ducts by checking that the difference between the beginning and end offsets is 0. These components didn't have any explicit slope parameter defined in the Revit family, so we had to write our own expression. There are always exceptions to a rule. Visicon lets you include or exclude any selected components from a filter. Let's switch to Visicon and try a few filters ourselves. We're in a Visicon model that's a merge of multiple Revit discipline models. We have several architectural models, 2 mechanical models, several plumbing models, and a couple structural. We're going to use filters to isolate several component types. We're going to go to our views. We're going to go to the section view. First thing we're going to do is create a new filter and see how we can use the component categories. As you can see, when I've created the new filter, so we're going to call this ducts. And so we see that it's selected all categories. I can select all the categories, go down to mechanical systems, and only select my duct and duct fittings. That's how easy it is to define a new filter for ducts. Next, we're going to use a simple expression. So we're going to go to our views. We're going to go to a view where we have some piping isolated. We're going to go back to filters. We're going to recreate this filter right here that's selecting these 60-degree bend elbows. We're going to create a new filter. When we create the new filter, similar to what we just did before, you see it defaults to selecting all the component categories. We can just leave this in place. We're going to open up the object properties, select one of the filters we're interested in. So let's take this one, and we scroll down under parameters. We can see we have angle 2. We're going to copy the variable, and in this case we're also going to copy the value. So here we're going to grab one of these again. We're going to grab the value because we want to grab this degree symbol. All of the variables in Visicon that are numbers are unit specific. So here we're going to actually copy the value. So we're going to come back in here and say this, paste 60 degrees. So there you go. Just out of curiosity, we could see if we find something that has 90 and not in this particular view. But actually, turns out that for this 90, we do have 800 objects selected, whereas for the 60, we only had 47. So this just simply means that there are other components in the model that have this. We can also experiment and, for example, take this right here, creating another simple expression. So this is going to be another new filter. This time we're going to take this radius, right-click, copy value, paste it, equals. So here we can see 1.917 inches. So I'd simply say less than 2 inches. And so that's selected those 2 elbows there, and there are 462 objects of that fall and meet that category. So here you can see it's now selected a couple others as well. This shows you how you can easily create filters using some simple expressions. What we're going to do next is we're going to create a complex expression. This time we're going to go to views. We're going to switch, and I've isolated a view with a couple ducts. We'll select one of the ducts. Here we'd already created this filter that says all horizontal ducts, doing a comparison between the end offset and the starting offset. We're going to go ahead and recreate that. So these are going to be flat ducts, just so you can see how easy it is. We're going to do the end offset. Again, right click, paste it, subtract the offset, paste it, say equals 0. Now we see we have some ducts that are vertical. We can use the same exact rule, clone it, This time we can say non-flat ducts, and we can change the expression and say not equal to 0. And you can see now it's selected these other duct elements. Visicon filters are designed to provide a fast and practical method of identifying any type of component in your models. Use a combination of category type, simple, and advanced expressions to pinpoint your selection criteria. Make fine adjustments using the exclusion and inclusion options. Thank you for watching our video. Contact sales@visicon.com or sales@adaptsoft.com to request your free intro version.